I'm Will, he, him, and I play Moxie, she, her.
I'm Sarah, she, her, and I play Freya, she, her.
I'm Steve, he, him, and I play Aura, he, him.
I'm Imi, she, her, and I play Amaya, she, her.
I'm Mike, he, him, and I'm playing Eugene Bannatyne, he, him.
I'm Ruthie, she, they, and I play Sentinel/Jax, they, them.
I'm Charlie, he, him, and I'm your DM. So you guys arrived in Delnori, I think only about 3 days ago.
Yeah, we're quick this time.
I think it's 2 days and we're waking up on our third day.
Yeah, well, yeah, so we're not quite into the third day yet. You guys arrived at the chasm-city of Delnori, where you immediately took up 2 jobs. So you first you went on a bit of an exploration. You toured the city with Irid Malgor, the dwarf who's seen many quotes
Malgor
in the Christmas episode.
Yeah, gross Finn dwarf.
Yeah. He took you around the city, and then you guys settled in the Old Diver, which is a bit of a homely inn. You're harvester of the Delnori inns. And you guys took up 2 jobs, one for Ripper, where you investigated the Chasm Pigs, a small gang in the Chasm Town district. Turned out that they were not missing in action, as Ripper thought they were. They were actually being controlled.
Some of them were dead.
Yeah, some of them were dead, and others were controlled by some weird rat creature that had this cap of clockwork sort of in its brain, and it had grown, and it was controlling them with some strange mind abilities. You guys freed who you could, you fought off the rest. Then you went on tracking down some pests for Jeffrem, the tanner, down Skewer Street. It was North Fisher, and turned out that they were actually these really horrific hooved canine things that gave you quite a lot of trouble. So you cleared them out of his house, and then you tracked them to the Touch Lotus Thieves Guild HQ, which is now a burned out building. And you had a pretty savage battle with the rest of these creatures, but you killed them off, you cleared the nest out, and then you found underneath one of the nests a trapdoor. And after exploring the tunnels underneath there, you found this old fossilized temple that you realized through reading the old language and speaking with Murmur that it was actually a temple to some old god called Everain and the Mother of Magic. You then explored deeper, finding that one of the walls collapsed. You cleared it all out of the way. You found one of the bodies of the creatures that had been plaguing the place in Jeffrem's tannery, so it seems like this is where they came from. You followed the tunnel through that wall, it went down deep into a submerged section for about 150 feet, which you all, after much sort of cringing,
It was gross.
Yeah, you swam down this tiny 2-foot like borehole, popped out, and you found in the depth of this place a large archway that Eugene recognized from the vision that the rat had kind of implanted in his head when you took Eugene over. And trying to repair this archway or studying and sleeping with these people who you identified as the Touch Lotus, members of the Touch Lotus. But they also had alterations. One of them had a mechanical eye, one of them had like a clockwork hand with tools that he was working on the arch with, and you read their lips from a very far away. I think it was like 100 feet.
No.
Yeah. Right. And you saw them talking about someone called Crissaphaene, wanting to meet them under a cliff. And they obviously were plotting something, and it seemed that they were trying to repair this archway. They also mentioned about the explorations to the place beyond the archway, and that it was painful and other stuff, and they were searching for something beyond it. You then made your way over, and one of the guys came back, and you savagely beat him.
Surprise!
A guy with a mechanical eye. Yeah, you 2-rounded him, and he...
Absolute 2-rounder.
yeah, knocking him unconscious.
Loser.
knocking him 1v5.
Six?
Yeah, 1v6. You knocked him out, so you didn't kill him. Knocked him unconscious and left him.
Gonna come back to haunt
Yeah.
us.
And then you fled up the lift, appearing at the base of the cliff
Like
that,
where we started.
that overlooks the sort of grounds where the burnt out old HQ was. And to give you a bit more detail around it, it was like hidden in hedges and sort of stuff at the base of the cliff. It wasn't just like, in the back garden. So yeah, you wouldn't come across it easily.
There was no like way to get back, was there?
Not from that way. There was no lever visible.
Right.
Yeah, but you're not sure how it works, how they were descending, for example. And anyway, you made your way back to the old diver, which was down one of the other fissures of Skewer Street, where you convened there for the evening. It's been a busy couple of days, so you took a breather. You met Clayton, who had a lovely, relaxing day.
Great bank holiday Monday.
Yeah. And then, before everyone settled properly, Eugene and Aura scuttled out.
Oh, what? Oh my god! I'm not Steve. Where's Mike?
For our listeners who haven't realised, we do not have Steve and Mike, so no Aura and Eugene today, as Mike is busy and Steve is unwell, so we hope that...
He's busy.
Well, he's...
But I could just be like,
he's helping with family stuff. So
there we go.
So we're a couple of people down, but nevertheless, they sort of conveniently, last session, Aura and Eugene wandered off later in the evening, and yeah, you don't know where they went. So we are now in the evening. You've gone to sleep, haven't you, Amaya? I think you said.
With Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of sleep.
Not my story, guys. She can fill you in the morning when. If
really
when,
rather they did.
I don't think
Just
carry on. Nothing happened.
And Moxie, you said the things you needed to do. You needed to go shopping, I think, first.
That'd be the
In the morning.
So are you sleeping?
just resting.
Oh, and you were
Chill,
given a spare room.
Yeah, I got given the
Yeah.
box for it.
You're given the spare.
Otherwise that would have been fucking awful.
The morning felt terrible.
Hi. Can you guys keep it out just a little bit?
Hey, nothing's happened to him. Sentinel she read the room. She was
Hey.
Freya wants to commune. Let's go on to that.
Good.
Oh, I'm talking to my wife and smoking one of my mellow cigarettes because I never get quiet time.
Wait, have you just created your own little hot box?
Yeah, you can see it like just that. So it's a bad day.
Don't bug God.
Do you want to talk about it?
My
Or?
wife, shut up.
Oh, sorry. That was Zeal.
That was Eugene. That was Eugene. Eugene's just like, can I have some of your cigarette? This means you're getting high.
Winding down. You're having a bath for the first time in ages, I think. Washing my hair.
Soaking.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, it's nice. It's warm. Easily made suds with some of the soap. Yeah, and you just feel some of the tension of the last 2 days releasing from your muscles. And I guess, Freya, you said you were going to commune first thing.
Yeah.
So it's late in the evening.
Yep.
You are on your own because... Oh, you're sharing with Moxie, right?
Moxie's
so
having a
Moxie's in the
bath.
bath.
Oh, yeah,
so
I'm not here at the moment.
You've got the room to yourself.
Cool. So I sit down cross-legged on the ground, get out the god's lantern, place it in front of me, put some cute little candles around it, and I've still got that statue, I think, of the fisherman.
Mm-hmm. You do.
I put it next to the god's lantern. I'm like,
This is my pamper time.
can you hear me?
Yeah, and when you do that,
Good question.
Hello? No, that's still a question.
Hello's not a question.
Answer me now.
so
You demand.
there's a brief silence, and you're like, "Oh God, what is this gonna work?" You're casting this with the lantern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you place it down and you focus, you say, you call out a couple of times, like, "Oh fuck, because it's working. And there's a little flash of static between the lantern and the statue, and you feel the presence, the crackle of white lightning in the corner of your eye, and you see kind of it's one of those images that almost looks like a when you get a kaleidoscope kind of pressure on your eye, it's kind of out of focus, but it's there, and you see Kirillon, so the shattered glass shape she took when you saw her at the storm sapling, and now the fibers of light that you've seen her in the God's Lantern, they knit between those pieces like nerves and blood vessels, and then as her shape fully forms, you see the outline of the shadow and the shape that you once called the drowned man, kind of all three flashing in between one another. But even still, her form flickers with a white noise interference, and you can hear that almost as there's something that's making the communication difficult. How many questions do you have?
3.
Okay.
How many questions do you actually have?
I have made up 2 extra questions. So I'd like to take a breath and I'm like, I can't believe that.
I can only say yes or no, right?
Yeah. Okay, so are the Clockwork Man and the Clockwork Rats related?
There's a silence. The white noise static fills your head. Yes.
You guys are losers.
I wonder how the Clockwork Man relates to all the way here. Okay. Would it be to our benefit if we fixed the gate underground?
Can I say a combination of yes and no? Can you allow that? If there's not a direct yes or no answer.
There was something about that. You might receive unclear if it lies beyond your knowledge. But you receive a correct answer for each question.
There are ones where it's like, you do it like and you're like unsure and you don't.
Because wheel and way you can kind of combo
it does say, in a case where a one-word answer could be misleading or contrary to the deity's interests, the GM might offer a short phrase as the answer instead.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad that I can do that. Right. So just say the question once more exactly.
Would it be to our benefit if we fixed the gate?
Underground.
That we just visited.
Not just a random gate.
Not the one with the front gate.
Yeah. Okay. I won't make you be. I'm not be that pedantic.
That's a monkey's paw shit.
Yeah. Okay. It could be.
And is Ursa here in the city?
No.
You never know.
With that, the white noise rises for a moment, and Kirillon's form kind of rushes towards you, almost trying to reach out, and you hear her say, "I want to help. If you need me." And the form starts breaking. Find me in the lantern when you need, and then it breaks. The communications fading.
Can you just go visit?
Oh yeah. Also, I don't have any questions. I don't know what. Those were some damn good questions, bitch.
The answer is think of them within 2 minutes.
Pressure.
And as you kind of blink, your eyes focusing again, the candlelit room, the kind of mundaneness of it, and there's a static in the air still, a charge, like before a storm, your hair kind of standing on end, and it takes a few minutes for that to fade. more like very sort of gently rising, as though you're underwater, not like a mad professor.
Okay. Take a deep breath and blow out the candles and scene.
Fade to black.
Let's go out when I blow them out. Next to you.
So, the morning arrives. Moxie fell asleep in the bar.
We'll have somewhere to be today, so.
So pruny.
Yeah, you wake up after like an hour, like, oh fuck. It's real cold, and you dry yourself off, and you make your way back to bed. Okay, so you wake up. It is the morning. It is cool.
Breakfast time.
Down in Skur Street in the shade of the cliffs, but nonetheless, it is light, and the day is the four of you.
Oh my god.
Has anyone seen The Boys?
Have you guys gone down now?
Yeah.
So you're in the
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You're all together. Morning's pottering around, giving you breakfast. Carry on. Sorry.
Has anyone seen? Where's Eugene?
Did Eugene go into that drinking competition?
You went
that he...
into that drinking competition. What time is it?
He didn't come home.
We should ask.
I can call Florin. If he's still up, we'll wake him up. Morning, Florin.
We just asked the bar who.
Morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she comes over, giving you breakfast. You've got fried eggs with chopped and charred vegetables with a bit of bread on the side.
Amaya's like writing
that
notes
down.
as she eats, as usual.
Yeah, your two companions left pretty early. And to answer your question, what time it is, I can't remember if I asked. It's not an early morning. You guys actually have had. It was quite late by the time you got back, so it's probably coming on for 9. So yeah,
That's alright.
9:10. Yeah, and
We're having a bank holiday Monday.
and Clayton comes down with you as well. So he sits down, and Morning addressing you, she says, "Well, the two of them, they came back in the early hours. A little worse for wear, but I don't know where your friend Aura went, but the gnome left me this, and she gives you a letter. I don't know why. He didn't just tell me to give you a message, but yes, he was pretty insistent that I give you this.
I open the letter.
Yeah, I'm leaning over her shoulder.
Okay.
Gather round, guys.
This is long.
Oh no! I'm helping Amaya with her words.
Do the voice of Eugene.
The Eugene voice.
I can't do the whole thing. I'll start. I'll try. Dear friends and acquaintance.
Who's the acquaintance?
Clayton.
I hope this finds you
Eugene
well.
hates me and I don't know why.
or Clayton, maybe.
Maybe it's Clayton.
It could be Aura.
No, he loves Aura.
Yeah.
There's a thing with the birds.
In his own special way.
But he's with
Who's
Aura.
the acquaintance?
I think
Right, I'm writing down notes to ask him upon his return. Who is the acquaintance? Carry on.
It continues. I hope this note finds you well. If not, please send a letter of complaint to Morning, the proprietor of the establishment, on my behalf. I'm sure it will not come to such unpleasant measures, but Papa always said to be overprepared is to be prepared. Wise words. I have no doubt that even Amaya would have realised by now that I'm not currently with you. If not, do explain to her that you wouldn't be reading this letter if I were with you. Whilst it may be fun to be all mysterious and turn this into some sort of Find Eugene game, I feel some of you may shrug and go back to adventuring. I once played hide and seek as a younger gnome. I would still play now, of course, but in this memory I was younger. All over town, it was such fun. No one ever found my hiding spot behind the mill's wheel. I say behind, literally inside the contraption. There was a little hole behind some rotted wood that held the wheel in position. After thinking this would never pass a safety inspection, I decided this would make a wonderful spot to not be seen. I was obviously right. But what I didn't realise was my seekers weren't actually seeking me at all. They were busy making merriment in the local tavern. Oh, a prank that would have befit Moxie. I was there until sundown.
I'm gonna cry.
Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, my whereabouts. I've decided to visit Bittersweet Caramels. Not as a customer this time, but hopefully I can convince Terence to let me act as a consult of sorts. Melt some sugar, trade some ideas, that sort of thing. Even talk about his thoughts on the most controversial of sweets, licorice. As I'm sure you can imagine, hours of debate have been had in the Valentine household on that scoundrel of the sweet world.
He is correct.
Oh, I can barely contain my excitement of creating whimsy in a sweet shop again. When I visited last, it sounded like the shop was victim to some sort of trouble. Bless you. Not on my watch. Let me assure you of that. If he says no, you may find me in my rented room, in deep contemplation of what happened to the joy. Knock twice, as is proper. Yours, Eugene Valentine.
Say what happened to the joy.
What happened to the joy?
And Morning Light remained for the reading, and she kind of blinks and just let me know if you need anything.
We have no complaints.
So is he here? Do you know if he's there? Or if he's...
I haven't seen him return.
Where did he think we would leave him?
I think I'm decorated.
I'm a bit insulted that he thought I wouldn't understand that.
I mean...
I'm going to bring that up with him when we see him next.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's where our errant gnome is. What about our tall friend?
Our
tall acquaintance.
Our tall acquaintance.
She's like cleaning the bar. She's like, oh, he said something about running a load of errands. He needed to look into something, but he said he'd do that later.
Okay.
Just us then.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we want to do?
Girls' Day.
Oh, yeah.
Guys. Okay. So I don't want to fully.
I mean, I need to pick some stuff up at shopping.
We should go shopping.
We shopping
Yeah.
day.
This is a shopping day.
Yeah.
So let's just eat breakfast in
Have a lovely
silence.
breakfast. Do you have mimosas?
Mimosas.
Breakfast drink.
Do you have mimosas?
What's a mimosa?
It's a sparkling, like a sparkling
No.
wine type thing. Bless you.
Oh, there it
Some
is.
sweets in it.
I mean, I could juice some fruit and vegetables, but
What would you class as a vegetable in this case?
it's got seeds.
I think you'll find that is a fruit.
Oh, I don't care.
This is bothering you. I can see it in your eyes.
I was just like, random thought.
Yeah.
Do they have chickens out here?
Do you have chickens?
We can get some. We're gonna eat chicken.
No, I was just wondering where the eggs came from. I was
you.
just wondering if it
Bless
was
you.
from some
Oh,
other
yeah.
kind of weird creature.
Oh, yeah, that's
that was
true.
not a
No,
chicken.
it's chickens. You're gonna sit down and run through our supplies with you.
So you have like chickens, as in like.
I don't have any
beef,
chickens, but we buy eggs. We buy eggs.
and they come from chickens, not like some weird husk
I
thing.
hope so. I mean, they could be duck eggs, I guess. I don't know. I just cook with them.
Fair enough.
I think you're really overestimating the kind of caliber of cooking that goes on here. Like, it's just me.
Oh no, it's not to do with the cooking. It's to do with like the origin of the produce, because we've come across some strange things,
We've eaten some strange stuff
Yeah.
that people have
including rat.
described
Also,
as food.
We are not overestimating the cooking. Your cooking is great,
It is.
Morning.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
The pine cake thing was top notch.
Oh, thank you.
Better or on par with Colin Powell in your great estimations.
I'm really. It's probably better because you've got access to more good stuff.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
kind of sick of cactus. But
Yeah. There's only so much cactus and kale you can eat.
It's the single joy of my life coming home to this lovely establishment.
you.
Coming home to you.
Thank you. That's really kind.
Yeah,
Speaking
another
of which,
harvester.
you guys have run out of down payment.
Oh yeah, how much
Oh.
do you, how
Depends
much for
on
another
the-
2 days?
Another 2 days.
Are you doing it at the joint place?
Yep.
5 silver per stay per night.
Per room, so we've got 4 rooms, so that's 20. So it's 4 gold because we're doing 2 more nights.
Yes.
while we're all together, is your comprehend languages ritual?
Yep.
Can we do that? Because I've got the journal and we've not properly looked through it.
Oh yeah, sure.
From the
No
touch-
worries,
touch
babes.
lotus.
No worries,
I
babes.
think I
The
only
Touch
flicked,
Lotus.
flicked through it last time.
Oh, was it in? Did we not understand it?
I don't think it was in.
Oh no, I thought you just skimmed through it.
Yeah, it wasn't in another language. It was just a quick read.
Oh, it was just the other stuff in the area. That was
Yes.
In whatever that language
Signora.
is. Yep.
Yeah, in the temple there was some Signora stuff. Yeah.
Can I probably have a look through the journal then?
Indeed.
Some breakfast
morning.
reading.
Yeah. I'll read it out loud to you guys. Well, quite.
In
Story
a very
time.
manly voice.
Yeah. I'm doing an impression of the guy with the iPad.
Nice. Oh, do you mean the guy with the eye modification?
Nice. So,
So,
left alive. You might be looking for progress.
So,
Pretty beat up.
as you guys are finishing up your eggs and veg and sourdough toast.
Oh,
Sourdough.
Yeah.
God, I love this place.
You have a look through this journal, and as I said last time, it documents different visits from beyond this archway. It went from a kind of journal of the Touch Lotus that was talking about how it was faring after they'd split from the Thieves Guild itself, became the Touch Lotus, which is what it was remained as, the people you saw, and then the other people, which were the Lamoré family, who used to run the guilds, the Thieves Guild, and then it was taken over by someone called Fenriv of the Touch Lotus. It then documents a visit, and there's a gap. A visit from some kind of guest, doesn't give a name or a description, just there was a visit of some kind from someone of note. And that's when things started getting strange. There were lots of missed days. There were very few notes in the way of did this job. Like some of them before would have been things like window job in plaza, i.e. we broke into someone's second story house and nicked a load of shit, that kind of stuff goes. And it becomes more formulaic in the approach of preparing for journey. And it looks like they went on 2, and then there were periods of nothing for weeks, and then talk of pain about recovering from a procedure of some kind, and then they go on another excursion, fruitless again, as they say. The only mention of where they're going actually comes in a segment of research that this person has done, and it starts talking about doubt in what they're doing. They talk about they never name this person. That I would say it would easily be deduced as Crissaphaene or someone who seems to be directing them. But they start having a doubt about them, about the task that they've given them, and so they start researching into that, the history of the gateway, and they actually did pretty well. And what you find out is probably take you about an hour of reading.
We got time for bank holiday.
Yeah, that this temple was once to the east of an old city. They couldn't find out the name of it, but they know that they believe it fell into the sea thousands of years ago. And this area, this sanctum, and where the archway was, it was found by a group of people led by a single man, and they began to call themselves the Cult of the Buried Door.
Too many cults for my liking.
And they began using this door to explore what was beyond it, and they mentioned that it is something called a burrowing, but they don't understand what it is. They question mark it, they underline the word, and it reports they too were successful in some areas and fruitless in others. And then the cult disbanded, the books were lost, and this person kind of guesses that their leader is kind of trying to tread in those footsteps again and find something. But the door is then broken, and one of the last entries is door broke on excursion, attempting to fix, boss is mad kind of thing. That's it.
Can I just check? They said they've been on 2 journeys.
Yeah, they call them excursions.
Okay.
But it sounds like they're literally going through the door. Oh, and they that was the only entry of what lied behind it. They thought it was something called a burrowing. They mentioned that it's a cave-like system that feels and looks otherworldly, and it's very difficult to navigate, and there are winds that pass through it that can turn people into ash, and sort of bursts of energy, that it seems like this place is used as, they believe it's some kind of tunnel system in the way that a river in a cave would carve its way through the rock. It's like that, but instead of water, it's some kind of cosmic energy that passes through this. But they say it's very dangerous, and that they needed these changes in order to survive the journey.
When they talk about doorway, are they meaning this like arch? It's broken arch.
Sounds like a Stargate.
Slightly unrelated question, but it's been eating me up. The Touch Lotus sign that was graffitied, the Thieves sign one, didn't have the skull in it.
No, but it was very rough.
Right. Because and everything else we've seen has had the skull in it, even the ones on the jackets.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Slight question.
I mean, I'll say that could have been basically just an error on my part. As a kind of quickly, there's a lotus here, and
No, that's
I don't
fine.
want to lead you down something that's not.
No, because my question was, which to be honest is probably what we just answered, is do I have reason to believe that there's is actually a difference in symbol? Like one's like maybe a public facing one and one's like internal, or is it like a splinter faction?
I see what you mean. I would.
Obviously,
Yeah, I'll nudge you into. Sentinel would think it could be. I know how thieves work. Someone could have just been sent. They drew it wrong, or they kind of. You think it's probably this the one faction is could be, but
that's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to like mislead you in some way.
That's fine.
Heavy reading for breakfast.
Interesting.
I'm glad we had our mimosas.
She gives you ale.
That's sangria.
Yeah, that's true. No.
What are they trying to find down there? Why do they have reason to believe that they can find something down there?
Maybe because of this cosmic energy stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
making
it
them
sounds...
think there is something that could yield them great power.
I'm getting a sense that we should look into it.
I mean, probably.
Yeah. For some, go fix it. Go through.
I mean,
don't know why.
if there's scary winds, I don't necessarily want to go through without some.
But I want to know more, though. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I do not want to get blown away and turn into ash. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just wondering what that whole cult has to do with
the price of cheese.
Yeah. And the clockwork stuff. The clockwork man.
I mean, if you want, I can go and spend some time in my library and see what I can find. I can probably get 4 hours of research done in a day. If you want me to go in and look into it. I can't take any of you with me, but I can go and see what...
There's a library here, right? In the town?
There is a university library in the Deus Ward.
Are we going to be able to get in there without Eugene?
That was what I was thinking, is if you want to do it straight away, I can go to a library today if you want to look into it. I don't know what he's got. He might have absolute nothing.
All you guys know about Deus Ward is that there was the gate with the guards on it.
You have to have written permission, right? You have to express permission to go in.
You need some kind of permission to go in, yeah. But you haven't investigated what that requires, I guess.
Morning.
Yeah.
Do you know what sort of permission you have to go to the Deus Ward?
Get right.
D&D guys. The Deus Ward, usually you need an appointment with, it depends what business you want to go in.
We'd like to just have a look in the library for, education.
Education?
I mean, from what I've heard, easiest way to get in without being all official is go to the receptions in the plaza. They usually have representatives there, and you can organise effectively an invitation. Otherwise, there's the lift at the base of the plaza, so the base of the cliff in the plaza district. You could try and get in that way. It takes you out near the courthouse. It's usually a kind of back road that they'd allow. They'd bring people in who are going to the courthouse. You might be able to convince the guards. You'd also maybe have to be quick about the way you move around the streets when you're up there if you do get through. Otherwise, yeah, it's generally guild business, Apatheos business.
Do we still have that letter?
I think so.
Yeah, we never got rid of it. Oh, that was the most powerful item that Charlie's ever given. He's like, oh fuck.
Do we give that a go?
I mean, we could give it a go.
Thanks, Morning, by the way.
That's all right.
What did it say on it?
It was.
That we're on Keeper Ilram business.
I can tell you exactly what it said.
But yeah, I mean, I can go.
It might be worth doing.
It might be worth.
See
It
if
might
you got anything.
Yeah, he might have jack shit, and it might take 5 minutes.
Where is that in your
I got it.
magic place? Might have.
Nice little vacation.
Yeah,
Probably
if-
catch up with him
So
anyway.
if they have anything on the magic god, Evrain,
Yeah,
that'd be useful.
gonna spend some time doing some research.
Anything to do with like cosmic energy and a gate.
Do you want us
Which-
to do any shopping for you?
Oh, you.
Oh, I mean, I do need to do some shopping, so like
How
we can go.
about
It's only
we-
4 hours, so I could do it as like an
Alright.
afternoon thing, and then come meet you for dinner.
We'll
How
have a
about we
chill
do
morning.
like shopping, try and get into the library, and then when we're in the library doing our research, you can pop in to your place.
It depends how strict they are on magic, because also you don't really want me popping in there, given that it's not necessarily.
The
I
writ
did not know
says.
that.
I'll tell you guys what the writ says. So it is a blank writ. All it says is that you are associates of an unnamed Apatheos keeper, and at the top of it is a seal with some kind of flourishes and identifications, and there is a ribbon of curled vellum on it. You can read Celestial, right?
Yes.
And it says hope, justice, righteousness, which is it's the mantra of the but it's a kind of cut down mantra of the Apatheos.
Cab.
And that is it. It just says you are on the business of an unnamed Apatheos, and that is it.
Might work.
Well,
Yeah.
it probably would work, to be honest.
Because it also implies that we're not really allowed to say what we're doing.
Plus, I'm a real cleric.
That's awesome. Are you?
Yes!
I mean,
The more you say it, I'm a real cleric!
Yes, yeah, very sus.
I'm a real cleric, guys.
of who?
Do you know?
So what's the plan then?
Okay, we're gonna do shopping in the
Shopping!
morning.
First.
Shopping morning.
Shopping montage.
Then,
Then you go in Deus Ward and research,
mhm.
and then you're doing that first basically and seeing how it goes. Is that the plan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or,
Shopping
or
first?
do we want to speak to like the representatives, like the plaza first, see if we can get in legitimately?
I mean, we are getting in legitimately.
As far as
But
they know.
the only thing with that, like, yes, very valid. If they will like keep records, we don't know how stringent these guys are. They could be like, absolutely not, and then send a letter to, like, send a message to people up there and be like, do not let these losers in, and then we'd be absolutely fucked.
I think we try the letter.
Mhm.
Before we go, can I ask Morning a question?
Mhm.
When we come back later, if we're back in time, could I help at cooking the kitchen, please?
I guess. Well, I usually start prep around 4.
If I'm back by 4, can I help you in the kitchen?
I don't see why not.
Thanks.
I can't really afford to pay you though.
Oh no, I just really love cooking.
Oh.
She really loved. She did this at the last tavern we were in.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you.
Cool, thanks. Bye.
All right, I'll see you later.
I skip out the door. I'm so happy.
A lot
You've
easier
made
than
her
last
day.
time.
Thank you.
Okay. Where do we want to go shopping? Do we want to go to the crazy market where there's loads of crazy
All I want
stuff?
is a blowgun.
So you've got. So you guys make your way. I'm assuming you don't want to like go to Chasm Town and try and like
No.
scale the. Okay, so you don't go to the
What's
pirate
in it?
bit with potential quacks and stuff. You go around
Real weapons.
south. So you walk around out coming out of I think it's South Fisher, and you pop out onto the marina. You cross the bridge where you made your little. Inscription sentinel. And what's your passive? 13.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. I think it's 11. Yeah, 11.
Okay. You walk out onto the marina. I won't stop you doing anything.
I mean, I would
Yeah.
have, like, I always check to see if anyone's written anything, if that's it.
You're gonna check.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't say.
I always check.
No, that is
Also
not how
forgot we were walking that way. I'm so. Give me a fucking map and be like, this is where it is compared to your house. I thought it was the other way. I didn't think we were walking past it.
So every time, the
Charlie, please.
Skur Street fishers are like 3 fingers away from the marina, and you've got to come out back up to the sort of knuckle, which is the marina, and you've put your inscription at the knuckles.
Right. So every time we leave, we're going past it. Right. Every time I'm checking.
Okay. So you make it your way out onto the marina, and you see on the little marking on the wooden post that goes at the base of one of the bridges that goes over the canal. That there is a small piece of white something that's been tucked into one of the cracks within a fracture in the wood. Okay, you take it out, and when you unfold it, it is a small letter. It's been closed in a sort of triple fold and sealed with what looks like masking tape. Okay. The seal sparks like a match, setting the edge smouldering, and you have just enough time to read the short message before it is engulfed.
Great.
It says, "Come to the Night Mountain V," and then it is engulfed in smouldering and flame.
The Night Mountain V. Is that 5?
I'm V.
Oh!
Is that like 5? That's like a 5.
The mountains here!
Yeah, that's fair. And it goes woof at the end
Nice.
into ash, and you.
I kind of just say to Noah, like, nice. Is anyone still there to hear it? Dramatic. Love the flair.
And then you make your way to the plaza, where you have a choice. So the plaza, as you set forth onto it, the old quay is on your right, which leads from the marina and bends around the opening of the cliff into the Delnori gate, I think it was called, that is the old quay, goes around to the outside docks, and you can see some leisure boats there. And then in front of you is the large square, which makes up a big chunk of the plaza. At the very center is a fountain. It's quite far away. It's kind of yellowish beige, and you can see a thin human on it in flowing robes, but not make out any more than that from this distance. And then behind that is the maze market, which is an absolute shambles of a market.
I'm not going there anymore.
Anyone can get lost in there. Even locals are careful not to kind of move through it thoughtlessly. And then around the plaza and behind, sort of hemming in the maze market, are the residential markets, where you have tenement houses, you have inns and shops like Bittersweet Caramels, but they're more established businesses.
If we walk past, can we see Eugene and wave at him?
What are you going to go into the maze? Where are you going to go? Because he's in. You know where that is. He's in the plaza in the
If
residential
we walk
markets.
past, if we walk past the shop,
He might be dead. I don't know.
You could witness his murder.
Yeah. Yeah. Where can I go buy some weapons?
So
I want a blowgun.
the maze market. I'll kind of give you a rundown of first, because it's directly in front of you.
We don't want to go in the maze market,
I
but
do.
you can tell us about it.
Okay,
We're
so
going to get lost.
From what Irid said, you can find some gems. It changes every day, so that you can find the same people most days. But it is an absolute mass of people. They descend, they take what they can, and they just throw all of their shit in there in the early hours of the morning, and the routes change. So tents shift. You can get lost in there, you can find some gems, you could find some standard sellers, you could also get scammed. You could get your your purse cut maybe, but that's something that you're probably used to in Dustmere.
I show everyone how we hide the coin purses so that nobody can cut them, because I know all the tricks.
So you could find. I'm as a DS, like in the game, I'm going to get you to roll an investigation on the table that I've made, and
Sexy.
that will tell you the outcome of your searching. And the residential market is similar in terms of what you'll be able to find, and I'll but that one's more of a we can probably find something if you're really looking for it kind of job, but it will be more expensive, and yeah.
So So we're going in the maze market then.
Yeah, sounds
yeah.
fun.
Right, Zeal, you're climbing up there and you're going to keep an eye out and make sure we don't get lost.
Yeah.
He saved our ass last time.
Yeah,
So-
Ansel up you go to, but the other side.
Yeah, leave him alone.
So yeah,
He's fragile.
they clamber on. As you guys arrive, you're kind of hit with a mass of people. There are leathers and hides on stands, kind of like curtaining one of the entrances, and you see parents of like children who are like whittling wood at one of the little
Children are whittling?
yeah, like they're just like, well, the wood carving father who's like carving and finishing off like with an oil this really nice wood carving. There's a kid with a stick kind of whittling a bit of wood. Maybe he's helping, maybe he's not.
How old is the child?
Like 10 or
Is it slave labour?
no, he looks like he's been given a stick to whittle.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
fine.
To whittle.
He said it looks
Oh
like
my
he's been given a
God.
stick to whiffle.
There are people selling small crafts, pin cushions. There are swatches of cloth with quick embroidery. There's someone in there who's got an empty tent with nothing more than like a selection of paints and an easel, and he's just staring out, trying to pull people in to give them a portrait. There's like you're hit with the smell of spices, and Zeal and Ansel, they hop up onto the roofs, and you see the kind of forms on the canvas tops. And you're in the maze market. It is swelteringly hot and shoulder to shoulder with other people. They barge through, they don't care. What are you doing?
Do you need to find some sort of weapon?
I want
people?
to find weapon people.
I think I also want to buy a weapon.
You want to buy a weapon? Okay. Are you guys sticking together? Are you going to go off in
Should we
separate
at
groups?
least stay in twos, if not the whole group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to stay in twos or the whole group?
Whole group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So who's leading? I'll say you can both roll, or one of you can both roll.
Yeah.
Or one. Oh, you've got Ansel as well.
And Zeal.
And Zeal. Oh no, I'm not going to double advantage. One of you can roll with advantage, or two of you can roll.
What are we rolling for?
Investigation.
Investigation.
What's your investigation? Question.
Minus one.
I'll roll. I'll roll with advantage. Just so I can check. Is it? You say you've got a table that we've rolled. Is it? Do you specifically want high numbers, or is it random?
No, the higher you roll, the more
better
likely
it-
you are to find what you're searching for.
17 to 25.
Oh, that's too good.
You guys make your way into the market. You've got the help of Ansel and Zeal, but they may be more useful at getting out and not getting lost and stuff. You follow your ear and you hear someone striking metal, sawing at wood, and you make your way an impossibly complex route and kind of squeezing past other people. You get to a dead end, but actually it's not, and you have to squeeze through two tents that are really close to each other, and you find a gnome at a very
Colours his
small.
hair. Is it green?
You find a bald gnome, very tanned pate, and very calloused hands, almost just barely any fingers. It's just pure callus.
Definitely not Eugene.
Yeah, and he's working. He's polishing a long dagger. Looks lethal. And you can see that on racks that he's literally got cases that he's opened up. He's on display various different weapons.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
What can I get you? Just carrying on.
Sentinel, do you want to go first? Because
Blowguns.
Blowguns.
Yep. And the little darts that go in them.
Puts it down. Puts the knife down. Goes underneath one of the tables and starts opening cases. Yeah. And he puts out. It's like it's about 1.5 feet long. Dark wood stained.
how many
He's
meters
like-
is that?
Huh? How many meters?
Inches.
Okay.
It's about that.
18.
Okay.
And he's like, there you go.
Does that come with darts? How many?
Yeah, and he puts like 5 down.
Do I need to keep track of them? I will keep track of poison ones, but do I need to keep
I
track
think
of my darts?
they're not. You could buy like 20 from him, and it'd be like a gold.
Nice.
Not even that.
Rad.
So probably. So that's 11 gold.
That was 12 because it was 2 gold for the.
No, that was one for the same one for the blowgun. No, it wasn't. It was one for 20 of arrows, and I duplicated it.
Ah.
Needles even. So it's 11 total for 20 needles and the blowgun.
And he's not got a fancier one hidden away.
Just, it's a piece of wood that I've rifled.
So you don't have a +1 plague. You got a magic one.
No. Sorry.
Do you have any other weapons that look like cool?
Yeah?
I just want to start with the basics. This is what I need to work out how much. Right, I'm just going to buy that for now.
Okay, it's 11 gold.
11 gold. Great. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this for 2 weeks.
So, what are you asking him?
Just any weapons that look quite cool.
Yeah, do you have like a really sharp boomerang that I can throw but it'll come back to me that might really cut someone up?
Wait, so boomerang.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like a blade, but it's a boomerang. So when you throw it, it could go like slash someone and then come back to me, and I'd be like, haha, I have it now.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, I thought that'd be really cool.
I mean, I've got like other things you can throw, or different throwing darts. You can throw this dagger that I've just made. He shows it. It's,
Come back to me though.
no, that sounds
go
magic.
retrieve
I
it.
don't have any of that.
Can I ask
Wait, insight.
Everyone inside chair. He said I don't have any of that magic.
Yeah, that's what I want to check. 21.
He looks like disappointed that you guys are asking for magic weapons when he spends a lot of his time making really nice.
Oh no! Is there any
'Cause you are-
nicely engraved ones?
Just because the investigation check was for someone who sells blowguns, and this guy sells blowguns.
Can I look around? Are there any more interesting shops like in the vicinity?
You could look for. So I mean,
I'll buy a more fancy one somewhere else, but at least I've got a basic one.
he's selling like any kind of basic weapon that you can think of. He's got.
Brad.
No, I've got the basic
He might
stuff.
have a kind of a +1 dagger somewhere, but
His butt.
yeah, but he doesn't have any magic items. You could look in the maze market, but yeah, that would be a different kind of role.
Can we look for
Thank
magic
you so
weapons?
much for your service, sir. I've
That's
given you some
all right.
gold.
Thank you very much.
Also,
It's a pleasure.
D&D Beyond gives me 50 as standard, so I'll need to work out how to remove.
Honestly, it's fine.
Yes!
He doesn't have any armor. It's just weapons he has, or does he have armor?
Well, I've got a little bit, but it depends what kind you're after. Mainly leather work, but it's not a specialty of mine.
Just need something to protect her.
Them.
Sorry. Something to protect them. They can.
Oh, it's buying it for you.
No! It's fine.
No, you need to keep you safe.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Their roles have switched.
You need to keep you safe. You got really hurt last time.
I agree with Moxie.
It's fine. Do you not think I was kind of prepared for that?
Let Moxie do
It's
it.
a waste of her money.
I-
She needs to buy spells.
I have money.
You need to buy. Do not waste your money.
Moxie's bag looks quite heavy.
I don't want to shout to the world. I have money I have gold to buy.
Yes, but what about some armor and spells for you?
I'm fine.
No, you need more magic, sweetie.
I've got enough to keep me going for now.
Just don't wish I can sort out my own
Do you-
armor.
do
Do you have some nice leather armor
Do you-
for my friends
kill
Do you
here?
have any like studded leather armor or anything?
I can't wear
do.
studded, unfortunately. I just can't. I'm
I-
allergic to studs.
I'm gonna take one of my scarves and just basically gag Sentinel so that we can just buy some leather.
I do. I've got, and he pulls out.
Leave me to die.
He pulls out a leather. Basically, he's got padded, and he's got a leather tunic, and he has a studded leather tunic as well. And they look pretty well made. The stitching is good.
Which one goes more with Sentinel's vibe?
None of them.
They're all black. They're black and grey leather.
Right, you hold them down. I'll put it on them.
Okay. I'm gonna grab Sentinel.
No, I want to contest this.
Roll contested strength. Dexterity.
What
No,
one?
sorry. Your athletics. Amaya, you can be athletics or acrobatics. Rufus. Sentinel.
Hey.
What have you got?
Oh, I've just seen what you rolled. I got a 19.
I got 16 plus 7.
The scarf, you're protesting, and then the scarf's like,
I'm like talking to the halfling with Zeal. Zeal! Save me, Zeal! Assault!
he pokes his head down and he's like,
Which
I'm not getting involved. I hate to interject, but this is padded.
Yep.
This is normal leather, and this is studded.
Okay. Freya, Moxie.
They all look.
I am
like,
currently.
for the sake,
I am wearing leather armor.
and they'll all fit. So I'm not gonna make you guys. You have to go.
I have a really interesting body type.
Studded. Padded's the worst. Studded.
Yeah,
the worst.
Studded
Yeah,
is-
get me some padded leather.
No, he's studded. Yeah.
Studded is a would be 12 plus your dex.
Yeah.
Which is one more than current.
Yeah, helps.
Yeah.
Every little helps.
And that's-
Okay, we
Alright, so-
wrestle it
so-
on.
So it's like.
I would like to get you a chainmail shirt, something even stronger, but I know that would not fit her vibe.
Let's-
I hate
That would fit her vibe.
Moxie, let's ease Sentinel into this.
So this is,
Studded.
it goes on, and it's actually like it fits really well. It doesn't have any arm it doesn't have any arm pieces except for a single like cap on one shoulder, which covers what would be your side that you'd be dueling with.
Yeah.
It's a mix of black and grey leathers, and the studs are actually 1 in every 2 is he's cut the stud into a star. So it's like a normal star, normal star.
This is a beautiful piece of craftsmanship. I do not want it.
He
Wear it and you'll be grateful.
he looks over you and in the chat. That's 60 gold.
Waste of your gold.
Do you want their old one? Sweeten the deal.
I'm not
Go trade.
taking my clothes off.
We've already taken the armor off.
Give me that one. I'll put it down to 50.
Yeah, deal.
All right.
No deal.
No.
He takes it.
Wow.
So that's 50 gold and the old leather armor.
Sake.
He looks pretty happy with himself.
You look great.
He looks happy with himself. I think he just got a bad deal.
It's 45 for studded.
Your passive is 21. Everyone else is 11.
Yep.
Mine's
14.
21.
14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's 9.
23, mate.
Get wrecked.
Freya, you see someone rifling around in Amaya's bags.
I don't have any bags.
A little kid. Where do you store your gold? What are you carrying on you?
I did say at the
Yeah.
top that I told
Yeah.
everyone where we hide the gold.
Yeah.
Still rifling around though.
Alright, I go, hey!
I turn around.
Stop that!
I grab him by the scruff of the neck like a cat.
Okay. Can you please, at the moment, look through your stuff that you keep in your bag, or wherever it is what you're carrying, however you're carrying it.
Okay, it'll be my
You can't
sword
just, like,
and then it will be my gold.
So you can't just secret it away on
We
your
did
body.
secret the gold
Yeah,
away.
you did. That's fair.
Okay, I know what I'm buying next, by
What?
the way.
Can you just
I got hold it.
like I would do this, but I don't want to like open up the D&D Beyond. Can
Yeah.
you just pick a random thing that you're holding and try and be
You
impartial?
should really just not look and point.
Tell you what, pass me the sheet. I'll do it.
No,
Come on.
I'm just
all right, okay, all right.
Oh, not that.
2 normal rations.
And pass me the sheet.
Why are you doing this?
Okay.
Don't take my gold, I've got so much gold.
Okay.
We hid the gold.
That is harsh. So I'll roll for it.
What are you going to take from me?
Your dignity.
I have none of that anyway.
So he's a small kid, blonde hair, and very very thin and patchy, and he's got very flaky skin on
Don't
his
make me feel
on his
bad for
not on his face. But he's like a little kid. He's probably about 6. Very sticky fingers from something. Not just because he's stealing. You see him grab like a parcel, and you know it contains rations, dried meat,
Yeah.
cheese, and then you see in his other hand he's got your spice journal from Xethir.
I've got him by the scruff of the neck.
Absolutely
You
not.
do. He's going to try and contest you. So roll your athletics check.
Oh boy.
That is 20, not natural.
Damn. Yeah, he rolled an 18 on his acrobatics. Squirming around, and you got him by the scruff.
I'm gonna grab my journal back.
Okay, you grab the journal.
Gold is one thing, mate, but taking sentimental stuff is a bullshit thing to do, okay? And I put it, like, down my top.
He just doesn't say anything, he's just fighting to get away. Who do you think?
I don't know.
I'm not telling you shit, old lady!
Okay, I'll lose it at that. And I'm gonna...
That's 6 seconds, he's gonna try again. He rolled well.
Oh no.
So, 18.
He got a 20.
No!
You rip his collar.
Yes!
Do I do it?
You rip his collar, and within 6 seconds, he crawled onto one of the tents. And he's gone with your rations.
Oh, I don't care about the rations, that's fine.
I don't know who he's working for.
I know,
It's
What,
either
the Fagin?
Either the Lamorés or the Touch Lotus.
I don't know if it's the Touch Lotus. They have different things.
Well, it depends, because if they've got kids on the books, then they might still be sending them out. They still need cash money to keep them fucking heating on.
Cash money.
Bloody. Did they get anything?
Oh, just a couple of rations is fine. He
so-
tried to take something sentimental, but I got that off him.
I so nearly
Little
prepared
shithead.
fast friends
Who
as
do the
well.
little ones typically run under?
Oh, usually just older kids, and then they report to someone, but it's all messy. You can never get anything out of them. Well, watch your shit, and thanks for your business.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a nice day.
Yeah, cheers, you too.
Guys, keep your eye out for, like, magic.
Yeah.
What else do we... I'm fully thrown astray.
The bad thing is it's
you-
really nice as
Right.
well. Like,
Evil craftsmanship.
Looks so good. on you.
it's real nice as well. It's like when you put a jumper on a little dog and they hate it so much and they look real cute. It's like... Alright, anyway, sorry.
I mean, to be fair, Jax does have big chihuahua.
Yeah. Okay.
I would like to try and find two things. I mean, I have to roleplay all of this, but just two things. Firstly, I would like to find like a really thin, slimline fanny pack I can put under my clothes to put all my sentimental stuff in, so it's like underneath my clothes.
Okay.
And also, I want to still try and find something that I can throw that will come back to me, that will stabby stab and come back.
Alright.
Have to stab yourself with it bloody bludgeon.
That also
I mean,
do harm.
I'll say
come
that
back.
it is it's going to be really... You could find like a specialist seller and you could commission something. You could try and get a boomerang commissioned. But as
Yes, please.
the way that it works is if it hits someone, it's not going to come back because it's going to hit them and then it will stop, right?
Yeah.
So you could find a magic item.
Magic dagger.
Magic dagger.
You could try and find something like that. But what you guys do know is that, I mean, you've never been to a magic shop. And there wasn't one in Dustmere, so...
I would like that. I mean, if you guys want to also find magic stuff, we can.
I would not
Like,
complain.
say no
I
to-
would love a replacement to my stupid mace.
I would also love to upgrade my rapier.
Yeah, I might have components and stuff that I need for my books. So yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
magic.
good uses of your money.
This is a very good use of.
No, she has better things to spend her money on. I was fine.
You are not fine.
I was fine.
Didn't look fine when you were dead.
Pretty fine.
You didn't look
Fine when you were dead.
You've seen the bruises on you.
No, they're fine. Purple on purple, impossible to see.
Just a darker purple.
Okay, so you guys are looking for magic stuff.
As the next
just
stop,
in general.
yes.
Okay, who
Yeah,
wants to-
like magic jewellery, magic weapons, magic armor,
magic anything.
Magic components.
And also, if they've got poisons there as well, I'll be fucking sick.
Okay, so quite a general search. So roll your investigation check, whoever is doing so.
Yeah, you just.
Hey, do you want me to do it again?
But can if I look out as well, can I help?
You're already rolling with advantage, right?
You give,
Well, what
give
about
guidance.
perception check?
Oh, I will guide you.
Cool.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Spring break, I believe in you.
Oh, that was nearly.
Sorry.
5, 8,
He just went full vampire.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
With your guidance?
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Trash.
Yeah.
So you find a non-specialty merchant with wares you're looking for at reasonable prices.
Ooh,
So-
reasonable prices.
So you, which is what you did, which is what you got last time.
Oh,
is
that's
the last-
25.
You got 25. I thought it was a 20.
I got 25.
Oh, well, then he should have been. Oh well, you still what you wanted, but he should have been.
So I should have been like 20 gold less or something.
Well, he didn't really.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Sorry,
We've
that's
been
just my
hacked.
ears failing. I thought it was. So it's 21.
It's alright,
So-
we'll get you back in real life.
Yeah. No.
Our new Kickstarter is to get Charlie some hearing aids.
Please help a brother out.
Yeah, or some wrestling so he focuses.
Damn.
Oh, he's not had a full coffee today.
Yeah, more coffee. Yeah.
So, you find you find another person making weapons, but this time it looks like they are much more skilled at their craft. So, because I fucked up last time, I'll balance it out a little bit.
Thanks.
This person has an array of more martial-focused weapons, from long swords, maces, longbows. This is a skilled craftsman for skilled fighters. And this guy has real aura energy about him, so he looks like an ex-soldier.
Is it aura? I got a 2. It is aura.
He's an ex-soldier. Look about him. He's got a really horrible scar over one of his eyes that kind of looks like a burn that curtains the side of his face and ruined. It looks like one of his ears really ruined from it, but he doesn't hide it, and he's got a friendly smile. And he looks like, from his hands, he's more of a seller than someone who actually crafts these. Hello there.
Hello!
How may I help you?
Do you have any sort of thing that I can throw that will do harm and then come back to me, like a dagger or a boomerang? I'm hanging on to this boomerang idea.
You know, I did hear of a weapon of such when I used to be working for the Empire, but sadly, I've never managed to get hold of them. They use a light wood that bounces off of their enemies and it comes back to them. But what I do have is a series of knives that you could throw. I've got some throwing darts. I see you have a long sword. I might be able to upgrade you there.
Don't touch that.
Okay, very, very well. I
That's the
understand.
same as fair game.
I understand. No, I understand. But I have a number of very talented smiths that I buy from. So anything bar returning boomerangs, I can probably help you.
Returning daggers?
I'm afraid that sounds rather magical. This guy's selling +1 stuff.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, because that's what I was asking
So-
for, because +1 is technically magic.
Yeah, it's magic, but it's not magic. So
Master craft.
yeah, he's buying stuff that's very select, and you can see as you kind of take a moment to take it in, he has really fine work. There's very fine scroll work on some of the blades of the ridges that you can barely see, and there's a very eclectic actually. So there's obviously he's got different sources. It's not just from one smith. Yeah.
Do you have... Okay, so it's a no on the returning thing. I've understood that
I'm
now.
afraid so. And
Yeah.
as a DM, I won't make you keep looking. You will need to find
Yeah, I was
someone
gathering
who's going to
this.
make you either you'll luck out and you'll find. And I don't know if you remember this. I'm pretty sure I told you in the Empire. There's not really magic shops, so you have people who you have collectors. You could then try and get an appointment with a collector. And then there are underground magic dealers. That's how a lot of the syndicate, all of their magic items, they didn't deal with collectors as such. They might do because they had connections, but it would be black market magic. Whereas the official stuff is all very it's like art collection, guys. In our world, nobles collect magic shit and then they hoard it and then it gets value. And
Okay. So there's no on the returning stuff. I've understood that. What of your items would be most useful as what's got a good kind of throwing?
well, yeah,
And do you have somewhere I can test this?
of course. He pulls out
On me.
He pulls out a strange shaped knife that, funny enough, kind of has got a curve to it that looks a bit like a boomerang. It's got a heavy, so it almost doesn't have a cross guard, and the I can't remember the name for it, but the handle is very streamlined part of the blade, and it has a kind of bend and a hook to it, and a very heavy end. It looks quite strange, but it's very sharp. And he hands it to you out this leather sheath. And it's balanced. Really, it feels heavy and like really kind of premium. And he pulls down a little curtain. And there's a board of like soft wood at the back that he's hung up. And he kind of
I kind of give it a little wind up, and then throw it.
Yeah, and it almost silently spins through the air and just goes and buries kind of half of itself into the centre of the wood. Nice shot.
Thanks.
Yeah,
How much
pulls
is
out.
that?
That is basically a +1 dagger that specialises in throwing. So, I mean, that sounds expensive. That looks expensive to me.
Yeah, it does. I was going to see if I get a discount if I bought 2.
Well, we're going to do a group order
So-
because I want to see how much mine
Yeah.
is as well.
There's
And
not
you
really-
want a +1. You want a better mace, don't you?
Yes.
So if we do a group order, I might get some discounts.
This is true. Bulk buying.
Bulk buy. We'll have the lot.
We'll take the lot.
I'll take the light.
Sounds like you're powering down.
Take the
No.
Is 150 gold.
That's not as bad as I
Yeah, I
thought it
was
was going to be.
expecting, like,
Given that the
600 or
studded
something.
armour was.
I'm not going to buy
fun.
2.
No, don't do that.
I mean, +1 weapons can be anything between 100 and 500, really.
Yeah, because like wasn't
Steve's
magic
like
bullet
500.
Steve's 100 gold, and I was like, nope, we can't help.
Potentially. Let's.
I might be able to move on it.
And what if we do multiple orders?
Oh, well, then
One-
we're talking. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what we're doing.
Freya, do you want us to go with yours?
Are you also looking for something?
Do you have any nicer maces than this old thing?
Oh, a mace. Okay. He pulls out. It's a very nice. It's more like a flail than a mace.
Ooh.
So it's got. It, oh, is it?
I think it is
If it is, we'll just
separate.
flavour it.
It's
I'm
just a
pretty sure I
flavoured
can
mace.
use it, but I only want to with one hand.
Don't know. Then it, but it isn't two-handed. It's still one-handed.
And it's a D8, right?
Yes.
Or a D6. Yeah. Okay.
This one is, as I was saying, it's actually got like a spiral, so it's a gunmetal like shaft to it with a wooden handle, and the metal's been twisted like a spiral, and then the chain connects to a top where there's not like a chain poking out the top. He's actually drilled through into the center of the shaft, and then the chain is flat, so it's really nice looking chain that's kind of got that squashed appearance to it, and then it moves down into a ball on the end with stubby like coiled points.
This looks mean.
Yeah. That one is 250 gold.
Woof!
+1 flail. But
Can-
if you're thinking of getting both, maybe we can.
I think
do that.
we have other things to inquire about
okay.
also.
Very well. Very well. Put my muffin down.
Yeah, the two that I'm looking at is essentially a +1 rapier or a glaive.
A glaive.
Because I can use glaives.
So he.
I just want to. You word that out. I just want to see what it actually scales as, because I'm not sure what it scales against. But I am proficient with glaives.
Plus a
glaives.
D20.
Yeah.
No, it's a D12.
Oh, it's still very cool.
Jane Hermson, top lad.
Do you want glaive stats?
It's
a
more
1d10.
I want to know what a glaive, what my plus would be on it, and if it's dex or strength. I feel like it's going to be
It's-
I
strength.
think it's strength because it says
Slashing.
Yeah.
heavy.
And it's a melee. It's martial melee.
Yeah, but I have
heavy
a
reach.
feat. I have a feat that lets me use glaives,
Ah.
which is why I can also use a rapier, scimitar, and blade dance.
It just says slashing.
But it's fine.
standard
I
rarity.
can find a glaive and use that if I need to. +1.
Just okay, sure. He does. I was going to say he has got a glaive, but yeah, he has a beautiful rapier. So this one is in like like a gun case. But so he has that, pops it open, and it's like actually the inside is like a violin or where it's been molded in with velvet, and he pops it out, takes the cork off the end, and the point is absolutely razor sharp. It's bright silver where the flail was a sort of gunmetal. It's bright silver. It has a topaz in the pommel and handguard, and it's quite extravagant in the guard, where it's got sort of two that point downwards, and then the guard itself is lots of filigree metal, and the topaz is kind of on the front. And he handed it to you. It is really well balanced. It's as fine a rapier as you've ever used.
Yeah, I run a quick drill with it like I would have done.
Yeah, it's quite stiff in maybe your one's it's got a little bit flexible over the years, but this one is stiff, but it's silent as it whips, and you have to put a lot of effort into it to actually make it make a sound. It seems to cut the air. Yeah, it's really nice.
And how much for that one?
250 as well.
And for the 3, what deals can we do?
Well, so
do you want a like dagger? No, we got a +10 dagger for my baby sister.
No, these are lovely berries, but I think I'm okay.
Thank you very much.
Can I sell my mace?
Of course.
Yeah, can I sell some shit back to him as well?
I'm not selling my
To get some
rapier as
money
my
off.
service.
I'm not attached to this.
Of course.
Found it.
So you'll take what are we selling?
I would like the +1 flail,
Okay, and you're giving him the mace.
and I'll give him the mace.
Is it like 3 gold or something?
Mace.
5 is what it says.
I'd offer a dagger because I have a spare
5, yeah.
dagger.
5
But
gold.
5 for the mace. Are you selling anything else?
do you want 2 more off? Because I've got a dagger that I don't use.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
will use it.
7. Take off the dagger. You selling anything?
Yeah, can
I have
I?
a shield?
My shitty longsword.
Your side. Wait, did you have a spare? Or are you talking about your scimitar?
No, there's a spare one here.
Oh, can I sell my leather armor that I don't use?
Do you not have
What's
your
the one below
armor
it?
on?
I have
Scimitar.
chain shirt.
And then the other one.
I also
Unarmed
have
strikes.
to have the
you
leather armor.
bought a chain shirt,
I think
didn't you?
isn't that your main
Still have the
weapon?
leather.
No idea.
The longsword is your weapon.
All right, we've had this discussion before,
Yeah.
but he's just written really unclearly on there.
The
Yeah, but
longsword
then
is your.
I wrote it there as well because it
your
wasn't.
manner.
Yeah, but it's the completely wrong statistics,
All right.
which is where I think I got confused. Can I get rid of then? Actually, because I'm more confident. Yeah, can I sell my scimitar?
Selling your scimitar.
Should I do
Poor old
that?
scimitar.
I feel like that's a bad idea.
You can sell whatever you like.
Well,
You are now solely using your longsword.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
and
and
also,
you
I'm
can
not
use
really.
one-handed or two-handed on it, so
Yeah, I know.
you're not losing
Are
anything.
you-
I'm pretty sure Aura has like 6 swords.
No, he doesn't. He
Yeah.
broke one. He's got the saber that I nicked from Cave.
I
Desecrated
paid
corpse.
saber. Man, desperate times.
I gave because I had it, so I gave it to him.
Saber of a dead man.
Yeah, I would like to sell my scimitar and one of my hand axes.
Okay, so Mark goes off. The scimitar, I think, is 5 gold as well.
25.
Really?
Can I sell my leather armor to him?
Yeah, we might as well for the sake of it.
It's 10.
So we got 35. It was 7 from the original, so that's 43. Yeah, 42. You're selling the hand axe.
One
as
hand
well.
axe and my scimitar.
I think they're only about gold for a hand axe.
Well, these are very. They're real good.
We'll round up
They're-
to
5 gold for a hand.
Okay. So this is 47.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, so total for the flail, the rapier, and the throwing knife is. It was 150 for that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's 650. We'll do around 50 for the stuff that. Forgot about the leather armor. How much is that worth?
a 10.
So that's 57. So we'll call it 60 gold off. 500 for the 2 big weapons. 150 for the dagger,
Yeah, 650.
which is 650.
Minus 60.
Oh, so it's 500. Sorry, I was minusing 150. So it's
Why didn't you let us have more money off? me?
590.
Can we an itemised receipt? Please?
Yeah.
Yes. What did you want me to do?
I don't know.
Well,
Because
also,
mine's 150 and theirs is 250.
All
and
right,
also
so
we were seeing if we got a discount for buying in bulk.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
not just the money
So it's
off.
not just
So
the
let's
money
say
off. And
for-
also, can we? I look into his eyes and see if he's an honest dealer.
all right. Are you okay? That's all. Are you guys okay with doing 30 gold off each, or do you want me to like?
I'm fine. with
Yeah,
that.
I'm fine.
Okay. So it was 60, and that means that you guys get 20 gold off each because of what you're
Yes.
selling.
Yes.
And so we're at 20 gold off each. He's saying, roll persuasion. Whoever's trying to.
So we
Go
haven't,
with
we haven't taken
advantage.
anything off for like the bulk buy.
I guide you.
Right.
I give
Gotcha.
you a wink.
So am I doing this with advantage as well? Because it's all of
Do
us.
you want me to help?
Yeah, you can help for advantage.
And guidance, thank you. Ow.
Is that 2 1s?
No.
Two.
No, it's not.
It's real bad.
Those 2 1s.
Not again.
But that's still an 11.
Well, look.
We asked
You've
beforehand.
been you're buying a fair amount.
We also
it's
will
clear that
send
you're skilled.
everyone that we know to you, sir, because
We're influencers.
very efficient in this town. And
We've already taken 2 jobs, we've been here 2 jobs.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Can I roll the same?
Roll again.
Right. Well, my mum's under his breath. I could take 50 gold off
The whole lot or each?
the whole.
You sure not each?
No.
So another
wait.
20 and another.
So 540.
So how we split, and then how do you want to split those? The 20, the
So
50.
for ease of it, I'll just do 60, and so it's
Yeah.
another 20 gold off each.
Yeah. So
Another
it's
20.
210.
Okay, could you throw in
After losing all
for,
of my
for
money.
to preserve the quality of this beautiful throwing knife, some sort of holster?
Right, it comes with the sheath.
Oh,
Of course it does, yes. No, absolutely. You're spending money, I'll be giving you the product as a whole. As the rapier comes with the case,
Need to
which
earn
is an
more money.
essential.
And now I'm
I love this
gonna
case.
put my old one in there and stash it away somewhere.
you have to like shove it in because it's not like
Can I have the cork?
Yeah. It gets in there. Okay.
So right, that's 210.
So it's 210 and 110 for you, Amaya.
Yeah.
Oh, money, oh god. You guys have loads of money, don't you?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore though.
I started with 310 and now have 89.
I just wonder if I should buy a shield.
So
I
what
thought
is
you
it?
just sold your shield.
No, I didn't sell my shield.
So it's a +1 throwing,
I
Nice.
never
Knife.
use it though.
so that'll be +8.
I'm literally never holding it.
Yeah,
I'm
it
doing
will still
stuff.
work as a normal dagger, but
You
it's
should get Warcaster.
It's
I
possible.
know.
So how
Are
many?
you going to get that?
So
What's-
I don't know.
plus 1 rapier, right?
Be level 8 if you are
What
going.
was the question?
I don't
As
understand.
soon as you could
How
get
many is it? What
I
plus is it
normally
to the
hit me.
attack?
Yeah,
I
it's
do
the
that.
you want to get hit. Yeah.
Just +1 to attack, +1 to damage.
But what does? I still can't get my head around it.
So
So usually it's +7.
it'll be +8.
Okay. My longsword has been wrong this whole time.
It is to damage, isn't it? It's to both.
Yeah, it's both. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what would it be for damage? Damage?
So it's a dagger, so I think it's a 1d4.
Yeah, D4.
Yeah, plus
1d4
Numbers.
And then your
plus
normal modifier, but add an extra 1.
7.
So it'll be 8.
No,
Oh, so
it's
six.
6 plus
Right.
1, 7.
Nice.
1d4.
So you're doing You're doing 7 damage with the dagger without rolling anything.
Yeah.
Cool.
I normally do 2.
That's +8 to attack.
without rolling anything.
Fucking hell.
I can't do that much damage with my daggers.
Well, you're
Because
doing
even
with
if I
them.
got a 4 plus 2,
You're getting close.
76. That's just her mod.
Well, it's been a pleasure. He's like tucking the shit away, tucking his gold away. Then, if you do have any friends, send them my way. The name is Morona, and I'm a weapons dealer, as you can see, and it has been
How'd you spell Morona?
Morona.
Morona.
Moron. He's a moron.
M-O-R. Double R. Sorry.
Yeah, quick save. Nice job. Still a moron.
No,
You
you're
hear
very
it?
nice. You're very nice.
Yes, you're very nice, thank you.
You hear
Yes.
every day.
Yes,
Sweet.
it will be, but you'll have to find me again.
I mean,
probably.
yeah, but if you're like, oh, I'm only here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and every second Sunday of the
What
month.
are those things? Anyway, it's been a pleasure. Give me one moment, everybody.
Oh, sake.
Okay. Yeah.
Do we say what? Anything happening?
Freya's.
Did I see
That
it?
is for anything.
Is that what we've descended to?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah. Well, we've done this many times before.
Okay.
Do we
Freya,
want? Do we want? Do I actually?
you see.
This place, I hate it.
You see over in. You look over your shoulder, and it's the very narrow corridor of tents, people moving, and silks that have been dangled over some tents as privacy, and then some people selling them. You see at the end of this corridor, just before it turns off, a freakishly tall man in a tent, and he is stooping over.
Vampire guy.
He is stooping over a person, and he seems to pull something away from them,
It's the vampire.
and kind of pats them on the shoulder, and then sorts something else out, and then he gives them a small vial of something, and they take it, and they're like kind of bowing very in deference. This woman, she doesn't look very well, and then she disappears into the crowd.
It's the girl with the magic potions.
I like elbow Moxie. Like, look.
I look.
You see a very freakishly tall man in a tent, kind of taking up way more space than anyone else. He's very gaunt, and he's wearing a sort of a robe that drowns him in his skinny frame. He's now turned back into the sort of shade of the tent, doing his own thing.
I like pull Moxie towards him.
Do you reckon he's the guy that we're
Medicine
talking
guy, the medicine guy.
about? Yeah.
Yeah, are you approaching?
Yeah, is everyone here? We didn't
I,
split up.
Oh, you
if
didn't
you've left, I've just followed you.
Yeah.
I like kicked you on the way. Ow!
Goodbye,
Bye.
Thank you very much.
buddy. Rude.
You said thank you so many times.
I heard that.
You did okay.
I walk up, but I don't go all the way. Like I stand
Yeah.
back and like just watch him.
Yeah.
for a
Okay.
bit.
It's just four of us. Like,
So you decide to block it. Yeah, you're kind of like blocking the corridor a bit, and you smell a caustic scent of cleaning and alcohol.
Where's Eugene when you need him?
There's a smell of like soot on the air from like burning, maybe a burning gas of some sort, or a fart. He's ever so slightly disproportionate features as you see him. He's got a large mouth and a nose that's very pointed, and he's got these tiny, like penny-sized spectacles, and behind them are these kind of yellowish eyes, yellowish irises, and he's got large, kind of long-fingered hands, and he's delicately sorting through vials of things. And he's got a very bare stall. It's literally just him. He's got a small fire in one corner that's kind of kept in a metal burner, and he's just sat there with a case out and fiddling with the vials.
Do you want to go talk to him?
are we standing here all day?
What's happening?
I don't want to approach.
I would.
Good afternoon,
No,
sir.
I was going to turn into someone who looks really sick with disguised self.
Did you say good afternoon?
Yeah.
Was this it?
How far away are we?
20 feet.
I started walking walking towards and said, "Good afternoon, sir."
Yeah, so we'll say that is how you greet. So are you going to use disguise self?
If that's what's happening, I'm backing up a bit so I can go in afterwards. It's like, I'm so sick.
Okay, yeah. So you're like 20 feet away. So maybe you just quickly side alley, and
I'm so sick. I'm a little gnome.
you're a very tall gnome because I think it's like 2 feet that you and your head is invisible.
I'm half.
All right.
That makes more sense.
So you're very.
Forgot that. Well, what's the what most people in Delnori?
It's pretty eclectic, but half elves pretty common.
Right,
half
well,
elves,
half
human,
elf.
orcs. There are less tieflings than in Dustmere because they're actually quite rare. But yeah, whatever you like.
I like to put my arm around Sentinel's shoulders, trying to lift.
Okay. You two roll performance checks.
Oh god, it's not something I'm good
You
at.
said good afternoon, sir.
Oh, I've already gone over, and I basically said I'm a tourist, and I'm just
And Moxie,
exploring.
what are you doing, Moxie?
Yeah, no, I'll go with Maya.
Okay, so you guys are explorers.
We're tourists.
Yeah, I'm a tourist.
He turns around and he puts his little spectacles close to his eyes. Hello.
Hi.
Oh,
We're new in town. We're travelling, and we hadn't seen a stall like yours before, and just kind of wanted to see what you did.
Freya, read his lips. Freya, make sure you know what he's talking about.
What about my stall attracted you?
Well, it just doesn't really look like anyone else's. Like, you don't really have much stuff out to sell, and also it's really hot, and you've got a fire on.
Well, I sit still for quite a lot of the day.
But it's still very hot.
It's still very warm.
Well, I apologise.
Oh no, it's not a criticism. We're not from round these parts. So we just what do you do? Is this like a local thing for local people?
Well, I can
Hey, this is the bit of the day.
I can appreciate the inquisitive nature. I am an alchemist of sorts.
Oh, I know an alchemist. What sweets do you make?
Oh.
Well, and he goes into his bag and he pulls out a vial. I offer people medicine that cures many different ills.
So like a doctor.
Yes, I guess so. Puts it back in the case.
Cool.
He has and now you're up close, he just has a very odd look about him, very angular jaw. His mouth is really large and his teeth are very white.
How pointy
Yeah.
is
They're not pointed. They're not very. They just look very white. His hands are massive and long fingered.
Are you from Delnori originally?
I am.
Are we all in there?
No, we backed up because we did get help.
Yeah. Are you
What kind of ills?
sick?
My friend's sick.
Yeah.
And he looks up and he sees you both. What did you guys roll?
17.
18.
Okay.
Oh well, is it alright if we
Yeah, can
we
we,
just
can we observe?
watch?
Yeah, if they don't mind.
If they obviously get their consent.
Of course.
Thank you.
Take a seat by the fire.
Oh, it's alright. I'll stand. I'm a bit hot. Thank you.
And he stands to greet you. He is about 7.5 feet tall.
Oh my god, I don't like it.
Wow, very tall.
And he kind of looks down at you. How may I help?
What's a
You
common?
whore.
I'm just trying to think because I did actually make up a disease.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you remember what it was? Dragonpox or something.
Something like that.
See,
you could
you
have
get
No, that's
something-
from Harry
Yeah.
Potter.
No, Dragonpox is from Sekiro.
It's also in Harry Potter, I'm pretty sure.
You could have there's a number of poxes and fevers. So there's one of them was breakbone fever that I remember.
That's from Oblivion.
Is it? It's here as well.
Let me just find the one that I invented.
Because that would come. I guess that would come to your mind. But then at the same time,
I'm so
She's
sick.
suffering.
if we can't find anything, people don't tend to know what they've got.
They're suffering from choking.
It's got the
Oh, it's the
consumption.
God,
No luck. It's all right.
Why did I even write it?
What did it look like the woman had?
She's very gaunt and
Yeah, so I'm looking super
Scurvy.
gaunt. I've got scurvy. I've got a cough.
Okay.
Probably. Oh no, you wouldn't be able to tell that I had a fever. I would miraculously not have a fever.
so
You could be sweating but shivering. There you go. That's
No,
a
but I
fever.
wouldn't be able to. Even if he touched me, he wouldn't. I wouldn't. So we don't want him to think I have a fever.
okay, so he kind of greets you. He's like, I see you are not well.
I'm so ill.
Please come into the tent.
Okay.
Night Rock.
Night Rock.
I have night roll.
Ah, it's okay.
Sounds pretty gross.
And he sits you
Sounds
down.
horrible.
His hand. He's very gentle, but like, and he like puts his hands on your upper arms as he kind of guides you into the tent, and you can feel them like on your mid back. Yeah, his hands are very large, and he like guides you down to sit down. And he turns.
It's so warm in here.
You won't be here for long.
Am I gonna die?
No.
Oh my god.
And,
You might afterwards.
So you, do you know how I work? Were you sent by someone who I have cured?
Somebody had said there was an angel in the main pocket who was healing people.
Not quite an angel.
I might have standing there with a hand over her mouth.
In my head, I'm going truly my best performance.
He takes out a couple of vials. He doesn't put a hand on you or like take your temperature or anything. He just takes out a syringe in the middle. He takes the top off. He takes your hand.
Well, we're in boot now.
Are you gonna let him do it?
Yeah.
He presses the he tries to find Vane, and he struggles.
It's illusionary.
Because you disguise your skin.
Illusionary veins.
And then he, after a
I've
while
been told
though,
I have very, very thin veins.
yes, that this isn't uncommon when people are sick.
Why are you doing that?
What are you doing to me?
He kind of stops. Well, this is part of the service I offer. He puts the needle in. It takes a couple of tries, but he finds a vein. And he takes a vial of your blood.
Oh my god. This is real bad. Based on anything we've learned, like by traveling with Eugene and stuff, can we think of a reason why they'd be taking the blood?
Right, and I also
Because
have a
magical
secondary
healing
point
doesn't
after this.
involve taking
So deal with that first.
Roll an Arcana check.
Would you say this is
Gonna die.
better or
My
worse?
best friend's here.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah.
My best buddy's here.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very terrified at what's going on.
Can I do that? Can I do that as well? Arcana,
was that?
Arcana check on the blood for
Sure.
Can he steal my blood back, please?
Okay.
I mean, not necessarily right now,
But when-
he's
yeah.
busy and
So
like,
you-
not like immediately, like on the end of his like,
Yeah, oh, that's good.
but like, can he
13.
steal it back?
From the case.
Not great.
Yeah,
Okay, and you can communicate that to him.
telepathically, because I don't actually talk to him.
Okay. And you know that you'll ask him to do that, what you'll ask him to do after you guys have whatever's
Just to do
happened.
it fucking sneaky, bitch. Do not get caught.
Okay.
If you do get caught, bam, run away with my blood.
Okay.
You're gonna be fine.
And said,
You're gonna be absolutely skin too as you got the blood. What colour is tiefling blood? I don't know.
it's just slightly darker red.
Okay.
What have you got?
9.
13.
13 and a 9. In terms of Arcana, a 10, blood could be a component to alchemy maybe, and you know that you saw Eugene use his own blood in an alchemy when he was awakening the lexicon. So
Yeah, like,
you know that it's part of like, it can be used as ingredients for potentially potent spells. And Arcana, you got 13.
13 as well.
From your angle, where you'd probably be thinking at it from a kind of spell angle, you can use blood as a material for certain spells. Definitely for tracking purposes. You could use it for, as a necromancer, you could use it for things like spells that you don't know about, but rumors of things like voodoo style, where you're like, you're controlling people or making them feel things from a distance. It's pretty dangerous. It can be quite dangerous. But I'm giving you like the shit that you're probably thinking. There's also you don't know what his purpose is. He might have a reasonable thing. You never know.
I didn't know that he was taking. I thought it was a deal with stuff in it. And he was putting stuff into me. I forgot that he takes the blood.
So with that, you guys' thoughts are rolling around your head. He takes the syringe out and he presses a clean bit of cloth. And that's one thing you would notice. He smells very clean. Everything smells of alcohol and it's a very clean environment. He places his thumb on the spot on your arm and says, "Just hold that for me."
Okay.
How long have you been practicing?
Oh, many decades.
Oh, he's so undead.
Where did you learn this craft?
I was originally from the Alchemy Guild.
In Delnori?
need Eugene.
Wait, this is a mistake.
This is a terrible
He looks at you and puts his glasses up his nose. Yes, as a matter of fact.
Can I tell anything like magical or weird about this general person?
Without casting anything.
Yes.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, you're good at perception. God, yourself.
Roll a perception check because you did your Arcana and you'd have to cast something to kind of detect magic, I guess. So.
22.
Help me!
You don't necessarily see anything magical about him. He has one thing I would say is he's very difficult to figure out how old he is. If he says he's been practicing for many decades, but he doesn't look that old. He looks like he might be in his 40s.
Is he 3 kobolds in a trench?
But he looks very healthy. What else would you get from that? His cloak or his kind of coat really swamps him and hides a lot of whether it's vials or anything underneath his coat. But he's got a very slow but deft way about him. His hands are they're absolutely dead steady.
Are they cold?
They're quite cold. Yeah, they're not freezing cold. He doesn't look grey or anything like that. And he turns and he puts.
Please, sir, what will it cost to save them?
Just the blood will do. He pops that in the blood in the case, and then he pulls out a small vial.
Zeal, you've seen where that's gone wrong. You know which one's mine. Don't steal me someone else's blood.
How much blood's in the case?
There are a number of vials.
Are they labelled?
No.
Zeal's better been watching.
So do you do tests on the blood before you give people their medicine?
Part of the... I have many reasons. I'm an alchemist, and I assure you, it is purely for research purposes. I apologise. I thought that you had been told. Oh no, he thinks you're separate, doesn't he? So it doesn't.
Oh yeah. I'm just being nosy.
Research purposes, as I'm sure that these people were told. But if not, I apologise. And should you want your blood back now, we can reverse this entire process. And he hands it to you.
We'll carry on. I'm just so sick. Zeal, you gotta know which one's mine.
And he puts it back. I'll roll him a perception check.
What, Zeal?
Can I roll one too?
Sure.
He's just hanging.
And he hands you this tiny little vial. It's like a tiny little conical beaker, about the size of a thimble, tiny little cork. Just take this before bed.
Okay.
Well.
Thank you so much.
Can I help anyone else? Are you well?
I thought you were. Do you know if Nirot's contagious?
It can be.
Maybe you should also.
There we go.
I think I'll wait it out.
I'm sorry.
Well, should you feel worse, don't hesitate to find me.
How do we find you again?
Just
Just
to
in
the
case.
it is difficult, especially when you are sick. But I know some people. Just ask them for me.
What's your name?
Dolan Crissaphaene.
That is some not good shit.
We deserved that.
And that is where we're going to end today's episode. Thanks for joining us. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts.